This week, the Breaking Bad spin-off show got closer to becoming reality.
We haven't seen the last of the Batman Arkham games. Not everything. Not yet.
And the writer of the new Shining prequel is announced, and that is still terrible. It's still terrible. Still terrible news.
Today is Friday, April 12th, 2013. Welcome to Pretty Much It, where we talk about movies, we talk about games, and we also talk about TV. We got some TV news this week.
Mm-hmm. And everybody, we all watch it together, and we learn together. And that's why...
The whole show?
Pretty much it.
That's the show.
Before we begin, I just want to make sure you guys are aware, because everybody's saying it's our best one. Mike and I did a commentary on the movie Titanic 2.
I have no memory.
Feature-length commentary. Click the link in the info to check it out. Like I said, people say it's the best one. Also linked down in the info is our trailer discussion. There were some big trailers this week for Elysium, a new one for Hangover 3, The Way, Way Back. There's a bunch of trailers that we're going to talk about, but make sure you don't miss us talking about those trailers by clicking the link in the info to go watch that, because we don't talk about them here.
We're going to explain that again, because we explain it every week now.
Yeah, people aren't getting it.
Some people don't get it.
We gotta get you over there to watch them.
You gotta get over.
It's not over yet.
You gotta get over to the videos and gotta watch them.
Yeah, why are we talking
click.
like this?
And now let's get into this week's news, starting off with movie news. Although, like I said, you'll notice at the bottom there's now a TV link. So if you want to skip to the TV stuff, if you don't care about movies or games, I don't know why you've been watching. But, you know, Choose Your News is available.
Have we ever not started with movie news? Does that ever happen?
Sometimes
before?
we start with like a little random bull stuff. But usually...
Like animal news, you mean?
That's our new segment, and Pretty Much It coming soon. Animal News will show you what's going on with
the
our
bulls.
heads.
I want to be.
bulls.
I want to be the host of that. Tonight on Animal News, a zebra got married. That is one lucky zebress.
Let's start off with a quick story. It's actually an update on something I promised we would update on. Jane Got a Gun. You remember this?
Oh, that movie's
Yes,
a mess.
we talked about that last week? Or?
No, this was like a month ago, I think.
okay.
It was a little while ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago, whatever. The director didn't show up for the first day of filming.
Yeah.
And Jude Law walked out.
Everybody
because
went Splitsville.
He wanted to work
Something
with the
going on.
director, so it's this whole thing. Now, we have someone replacing Jude Law, and it is Bradley Cooper. Which is pretty big.
He's hot right
maybe
now.
Jude Law is good too, but Bradley Cooper is hot right now. You're
Yeah,
right.
he's
Cooper, hot
popping up all
right
over
now.
the place.
Hot.
Bradley, hot, popping the hots. Hot popping.
And another person that joined the cast, actually, this part wasn't cast at all, even when they were going to start, which is kind of bizarre. And I guess he's an important character to the plot. Noah Emmerich will now be playing the main character, Natalie Portman's husband.
Who is that? Who is Noah Emmerich?
I know Nolan Emmerich.
You don't know?
Who's Noah Emmerich?
He's got a recognizable face if you saw him, but it's not a huge deal. The main thing here is Bradley Cooper. But that's all I got for you as far as this movie goes. We still have not gotten an official word from the director, so
Yeah, I wanna
still
know
we
what the
will
deal
update
is.
you because that is very interesting stuff.
Yes, thanks for that exciting news, Eric.
This better be the best movie in the world.
But now let's move on to some decidedly bigger news. It's not really big news, but it's kind of some cool stuff to look at.
So let's say it's like a news, but the words are small, but it's a big news.
What is
You know what I'm trying to say?
Sure. It's Man of Steel images is what it is.
That's not that big.
It's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, there's only one cool thing I would say. From
Which
it.
one?
It is Zod.
Yes,
He's
I
pretty
agree.
cool, yeah.
Looks-
Let me ask you guys. His head is clearly shooped onto that body.
That
no,
is-
his
yeah.
actually his body is shooped onto that body because he wore a motion capture suit.
So, like, the armor is too cool for them to just build it. and
As far
put
as
him
I
in it?
know, it's all fake.
Armor, it's all fake.
That
so.
does that.
That's what I know.
Not to
I mean, I've
be-
seen images of him in motion capture suits.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Me neither. I
Yeah.
guess there's something real special about that suit.
Here
to be
at
constantly breathing.
I mean, we hear it pretty much. Obviously, we're very pro practical.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
even this isn't
Like,
even just that. This
you can't
is just
build like a
why.
suit. Like,
I mean, we haven't seen it in motion. I guess maybe something is going on.
It
Like
moves.
I don't know. Like when that, I mean, the picture is cool, but like you obviously tell the face.
you can tell.
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely a little off.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but it's a little off.
It's off.
He looks cool though.
Yeah, he
Oh,
looks,
he
Like I
looks
said,
very
he looks
cool.
awesome.
So does Russell Crowe as his
Russell
father.
Crowe plays Superman's father.
You think
Right.
he's
He
gonna
looks
sing in this
awesome.
one?
As Russell Crowe.
Is he gonna sing?
What is he gonna sing? Like as like his planet is exploding.
Forgive me, sir, I do not dare.
Speaking of our favorite black actors, Morris Chestnut
Don't speak for me.
got into some business this week.
Who is Morris Chestnut?
Morris Chestnut, he is going to be in Kick-Ass 2. I believe he is going to be playing
Oh, he's playing
the cop character from the last one. It doesn't matter though because this is not about Kick-Ass. It's about Black Panther.
Oh, Jake.
This guy, he tweeted, Mr. Chestnut himself, tweeted and Facebooked
I
about
love that name. Love that name.
Black Panther, and he basically said, "Time to start looking into the Black Panther character." And everyone was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Because as of right now, we don't know if they're making a Black Panther movie,
I hope.
let alone who would be playing Black Panther.
I hope so much.
So, well, here's the thing. Turns out it's just BS. Apparently, I mean, unless they're pulling a fast one on us by saying this.
He's just being a punk.
No, apparently it was his team that tweets for him that wrote that.
So his team
their
was
team
like,
sucks.
we're gonna play a prank,
We're gonna ruin his life.
and then they got fired.
Somebody probably got fired.
Yeah.
But basically, Morris Chestnut, as of right now, not playing Black Panther. So the news here is that nothing.
Yeah. The news is there is no news.
The news
There's
is nothing.
False alarm.
False alarm. Moving on.
Wow, what a waste of time this past like 5 minutes has been.
1 minute. Next up, we've got some very, very interesting, out of nowhere news
Well, interesting for you, man.
about the Fast and Furious franchise. Now,
Not interesting to me.
Fast
All
5, you said was great, right? That's all I've heard about it.
So good.
Is that the movie that starts out with like they flip under a truck? Is
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Okay, Fast
All right,
6, I'm hearing, is freaking
Good.
amazing, like better than Fast 5.
That's hard. To
I know,
top.
they said they did it.
Hmm.
And now Fast 7, I guess Fast and Furious 7, is on the way, but Justin Lin, who directed, I think, like 5 of the movies, or 4 of the movies, whatever, he is not coming back. So,
Give him
guess
the boot.
who will be taking the reins? Well, or is in talks to take the reins. It's not officially confirmed, but they're legitimately talking to him about it. James Wan.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
I mean, I don't.
You know who'd be good? Freddie Wong.
Yes, that's true, but this
That wasn't the news.
This is James
Real life.
Wan, Insidious, Saw, The Conjuring, all these movies. It's a little less strange, though, for anyone that's a fan of Death Sentence, because that was a pretty legit action-y movie.
Okay, I never
that
saw
he
it.
did. Oh, you never saw that?
No.
So it's like,
Pretty good.
Are the cars going to be haunted? And it's
No,
like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Death Sentence, because Death Sentence is not scary or anything. It's an action movie. Well,
Sounds like
it's
Death
less.
Wish.
I don't know. It wasn't really like an action movie, but it had action in it, and it was pretty cool. So
car gets possessed.
yeah, I don't really know.
On like the radio, it's like ha ha ha.
Is that what happens? No.
That's not how it happens in Death Sentence. It might happen in Fast and Furious 7.
Just let Vin Diesel direct it.
But he's in
the
it,
reins.
and it would be difficult,
I
I think,
don't.
for him to
I
do
don't
both.
know if Vin Diesel has any directing talent.
It wasn't hard for Eddie Murphy to play every character in The Nutty Professor and direct it.
I'd
He
imagine
didn't
that would
direct
be.
it.
That was very hard. You think that was easy?
Did he direct that movie?
Speaking of spooky, The Shining.
Oh.
Now, as we said earlier, and as we talked about like a year ago, there is a
Classic
prequel
PMI.
to The Shining in the works.
Retro PMI.
Yeah,
That's what we
and
talked about.
at the time, I do believe we said no to that. We
Yeah,
were not in
no.
favor of it. Not that we make the decision. It's like, no. We said no.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it, you know how to pronounce it? Is it Glenn Mazzara?
Yeah.
Probably. I guess he's a Walking Dead showrunner.
Is he still?
Or he was?
He
I don't
was,
know.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Either way, this guy is apparently writing the Shining prequel.
Okay.
Why does The Shining need a prequel?
I don't know.
That's still the big question, but you know what? If we have to have it,
Why
Might
would
as
you-
well be in the hands.
I'm hoping
of
for
someone
the
like
best.
That, I
I'm
guess.
pretty sure we said this a year ago, but why would you ruin the mystery?
I don't want to
Like,
know anything
Why would you
else.
ruin the
Yeah,
mystery?
exactly. I don't need to see Blow Bear Begins. We said it then. I'll say it again.
Yeah, can you? classic PMI reference.
that was
Thank you.
we reference
I
ourselves.
can imagine the trailer. It's like do like that.
Everything
Yeah.
since Prometheus has been that.
The Shining.
Uh-huh.
What happened? We'll show you.
Stephen King, the man himself, has commented on this.
Well, I'll tell you why I don't care about that at all.
Uh-oh.
Because he hates the Kubrick Shining.
Yeah.
But he loves
The
his
miniseries.
that little TV thing he had.
Yeah, that's odd.
Where it was like there was like ghosts and
The
Yeah.
things moved.
Yeah.
What are they called? The hedges.
Yeah.
And that's in the book.
It was
That's
in the
why he
book.
liked it better, because it's in the book. But you know what?
that's too goofy.
They obviously, they thought, okay, this stuff won't work. We're gonna cut it out. So I get him not liking the
Yeah.
movie where they cut all his shit to shit. But
What did he have to say?
He had to say about it that he started talking about rights. He was like, I don't think they have the rights anymore. But aside from that, he said I'm not the one to like turn people down and stop them from developing things. That's fine and dandy. He's like, but I'll be just as happy if it doesn't happen. And what he also said is that
weird
there
thing to
is
say.
actually already some prequel related stuff that he already had written. I don't know if it's in the book itself or what, but I guess it would be sort of based on stuff that he had written. And don't forget, he is working on a sequel to The Shining right now, writing it. So I mean, The Shining, pretty much enjoy it while it lasts. It's gonna be really taken apart, I think, in the next 2 years or so.
Nothing is sacred. Nothing is sacred.
I like to be positive, so let's just hope that if it does have to happen, it could be kind of good.
I mean, I'll say I'm interested in reading the book that he's writing, the sequel book. And the last story that I have for you guys this week is kind of interesting, and actually, you and I already talked about this.
Oh.
A moviegoer who saw Jack Reacher was a little bit upset that a tiny little clip from the trailer where a mountain explodes is not in the movie. It was cut from the movie. So he actually sued Paramount, and Paramount gave him his money back.
How dare they?
Now,
cool.
this is interesting, though,
man is a
because
hero.
I was surprised by the comments, and I guess I understand everyone in like the comments on all these articles about this story were like, this entitled jackass, blah, blah, blah. And my first thought was
He's
like...
awesome.
my first thought was like, yeah, well, I mean, if they show something in the trailer and advertise the movie as such, and then
Technically,
it wasn't in the movie, like, isn't that false
Maybe
advertising?
he wanted to see that movie just because.
Yeah, now obviously, I'm sure this guy was screwing around. I'm sure he didn't really care about that. He
Yeah.
just wanted to do this.
Maybe he.
But
Maybe he did.
here's the thing. In all fairness, let's tackle both sides of this. In all fairness, trailers are made long before the final cut of the movie is done.
Yeah.
So it's possible that, they thought that would be in it and it got cut. Mm-hmm. Quite a set piece to cut, though, blowing up a mountain.
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah,
that's none of my
quite.
biz. I have an issue with, and this happened with The Amazing Spider-Man, after the movie came out, the stuff that wasn't in the movie was still in the TV spots that had reviews in the TV spots.
Yeah.
That is bullshit.
That was bad.
That somebody should have sued for. That's garbage. So I don't know what to tell you on this front. I'm curious to know what you think about it, though. I'm sure you guys feel kind of... Are you kind of on the fence about it? Because
I think that guy's super cool.
That's really it for movie news this week. Nothing huge. Some fun stuff.
It was a fun size.
Yeah. But let's talk about some TV news. As I said, now we have a little TV icon because we talk about TV news sometimes, folks.
Stuff on the television.
We've got some interesting stuff.
It's nice we finally got an icon because we do talk about it sometimes.
First things first, Breaking Bad spin-off. Now, this is a thing from a while ago.
This is also a rumor, just remember.
Well, it was a rumor, and now it's become something that they're
rumor.
officially looking into doing.
Into...
It was a rumor that Vince Gilligan started. He said they were thinking about doing it months and months ago, and then, so I mean, it's a rumor only in the sense that they didn't know if they were going to do it, but he brought it up and mentioned it, and now, this week, it's apparently something that AMC is legitimately looking into, especially with Breaking Bad ending soon. This show would be a Better Call Saul show. It would be about Saul Goodman, who, of course, if you don't watch Breaking Bad, it doesn't matter to you. But
you don't watch Breaking Bad, you should go to the hospital.
yeah, he's a lawyer, but he's hilarious. He's like the big comic relief on the show, although the show is funny in general.
He's a criminal lawyer.
It's amazing. He's played by Bob Odenkirk, who is hysterical.
Bob Odenkirk is
I can see
amazing,
where they would take this show. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing. So my first reaction was no.
Yeah, mine
No.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I don't have to watch it, so it's like, again, we don't make the rules here.
Yeah, it's like I love him in the show, but it's. I mean, he has like little YouTube skits.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean,
And
those
they're
are
hilarious.
Those are funny, and like
they're
I get those. I mean, if he makes more of those, that'll be funny.
Yeah.
But a whole show is.
Now, here's the thing, though. Someone did a write-up, and the link is in the info, about reasons why this show could work.
Oh.
And I say you got to read through it because by the end of it, I was sold. I
Throw
want to
me-
see this
throw
show.
me a couple.
Leave Breaking Bad out of this. Don't connect it to Breaking Bad. Just make it his own. Like, he's done with the Breaking Bad
He
guys.
is part of Breaking Bad.
No,
though.
but what I'm saying is, before Breaking Bad, he had been doing this for years, just with
Yeah.
little things. So they say don't make it about Breaking Bad, which I
Just
can
take the
appreciate.
character, yeah.
But do maintain Breaking Bad's tone in the sense that it wouldn't just be a straight up comedy. It would be a dark comedy in that it would be like dramatic with dark humor in it.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that as well. Maintain Saul's balance between being a joke and being good at what he does.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what he is. Have Saul relocate. So don't do it in the same area. I would say New York, but I'm biased. because I live in New York.
Florida or something.
Something like that. I don't know.
I mean, I would love to see a show all about Bob Odenkirk, but
Just Bob Odenkirk, though.
I don't know. I don't think.
Well, wait a
I don't
minute.
think
By the end of this, I was sold. So let's see. We got two more. Avoid redemption. Don't have him be like a good guy or anything like that.
Yeah,
make
no.
him just as sleazy
This
as he is
whole thing
now.
is that
Despicable,
just-
like
yeah.
shameless.
And here you go. Give Bob Odenkirk some creative control.
Of course.
If he's
a genius.
He's not. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of creative control on Breaking Bad. Obviously, he's
little
a
bit.
smaller character.
I mean, like,
maybe for his parts.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, in terms of the style, the
writing.
story, stuff like that,
Yeah.
then it would almost be like he could bring in like some Mr. Show elements.
Well, he made that character. It's
Yes,
like
yes.
when you're making a show, you can't just give somebody a script and say, there you go. It's like the actor
Right.
has to become
Of course.
the person. He did it.
So here's what I'm thinking. Imagine if it was something like House, where every episode, we're at the beginning of House before it became more story oriented.
Yeah.
Where it's like every episode is the same.
Yes, where every episode is
like
just
a new thing.
All right,
A new
who do we got
client.
today? And imagine if just every episode started with someone putting a client, on his desk.
That could be really funny. Because, I mean,
could
there's
be.
other things you can get involved with, not just crime, like maybe like
Right.
some kind of shady like divorce thing.
It could be
you know,
something
it could
funny,
be-
yeah, exactly.
This reminds me of like they were planning a Dwight spinoff in The Office.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the same reason why that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I
think.
guess I could see that, but I don't know. Something about it. I don't know if it was that article that just kind of made me think about it, but
Yeah.
or maybe it's just because Bob Odenkirk is so damn awesome.
I'm like 60-40.
Yeah.
that it's
60-40.
definitely not a matter for me of letting Breaking Bad go, or I'm like, oh, I need more Breaking Bad because I want it to end.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's ending on a high note, but I'm a little more open to the idea. Let's just say that. I don't know about you guys, but
I'll reserve. I mean, this is still rumor. by
right,
the way. Yeah.
they're thinking about it. They're not definitely doing it, so we don't know. But I'm not surprised if they do it because money.
Because money. Money is cool. Do you like money, Jake?
No.
You don't like money? Why
I don't
you
have any.
like money?
I don't have any. I hate it.
You hate money because you
Maybe
don't
if you
have
loved it, it would stick around. Next up, we've got some news. This is very small news about S.H.I.E.L.D., the new TV show that Joss Whedon is overlooking.
Well, directly.
Making, that's true. I'm sorry. I don't know that he'll be doing it forever.
He's
but-
captain of the boat. Captain of the boat.
Yes, he is.
So am I.
But we got some news this week about the title of the show and about what the show kind of is. First off, the title, it has been named officially Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It's a mouthful.
Well,
Cool,
technically,
I
the
guess.
Avengers is called Marvel's The Avengers. We
Okay,
don't call it that,
so
though.
when I
So
look
it's
it
gonna
up,
be called Agents of
Yeah,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of
Right,
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
which
yeah.
I like better than just S.H.I.E.L.D., primarily because there was already a successful show called The S.H.I.E.L.D.
The Shield. with Michael Chiklis.
It's definitely smart for them to make it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I like that. It's kind of cool.
And as the plot goes, I always just thought it would be like a modern X-Files.
Yeah, it is kind of going to be that because it's going to be them dealing with super powered people, aliens, stuff like that. Anything that kind of fits into this universe.
Cool.
But once again, they stressed that it will not be like Tony Stark popping in and getting coffee.
It's not
or
limiting
whatever.
itself to something
Right.
like that.
Iron Man was just outside.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's what Joss Whedon says he does not want. Because he doesn't want you wondering the whole time, when is an Avenger going to show up?
Good. I think that's better because
Yes.
then they won't be as limited. I feel like they will have more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And Joss Whedon makes a damn good show. I've been rewatching Firefly.
Yeah,
and,
Firefly.
crap,
and X-Files is cool, and this kind of does feel almost like a Marvel X-Files, so I'm excited for it. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
It should be good.
And
Should be
remember,
good.
it's a sequel. Like, technically, it happens after the Avengers, so it's all, I guess, going to be in between. It would be kind of cool if each season is, like, in between an Avengers movie.
Oh, man.
That would be kind of cool.
Imagine.
If they could connect it a
That'd be-
little bit, I wouldn't mind. So.
That'd be a big deal.
And finally, the last bit of TV news is about Arrested Development. So I guess
Oh,
it's kind of like
boy, oh,
internet
boy.
news as well, because of
Yeah.
course this is going to be on Netflix, the new season. Basically, we got like people release character posters for their movies.
Yeah.
These are character posters without characters in them. So it's like all references to each character, which is cool.
Yeah, they're funny.
I don't know them because I don't watch the show. I'm going
neither.
to, but
it's such a good show.
are these funny then? As
Yeah,
someone who
yeah,
knows
they're
the show?
funny. They're just references to
Okay.
stuff that happens.
I'm sure fans appreciate it though.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very exciting because it's right around the corner.
We talked about this already, but Netflix is doing that kind of like viral kind of marketing where if you type in any movie with the blue in
Or
it,
something with the word
Yeah.
blue in it, yes.
yeah, like blue handprints everywhere. Like
Really?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
that's a reference to Arrested Development. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be released like House of Cards was, which was an excellent show. Check it out.
What did they do with that?
Or just
Released the whole season all at once.
Yeah.
Which
I don't like that. You
I
like it?
liked it. I liked it because
I kind of like.
I
it, too.
remember like watching episodes of it and thinking like I don't have to wait for the next episode.
Yeah, that's a great feeling.
Yeah,
know.
but I like the
But-
anticipation of waiting.
I don't know. It's like watching a big mega movie.
The only problem with it though, it makes the wait for the next one so much longer.
Like the next season?
yeah.
Yeah.
You mean?
Because
see,
it's not drawn out.
You're
You do it
right,
in a
that
week.
too. But for me, it's just a matter of like, when an episode of a show ends, usually it's like, boom. And it's more impactful, I think, if you have to wait, because you're like, I like that.
I don't know. I thought like it had like it kept a good like a rhythm, like
Momentum.
I'm
yeah,
curious to see how they're going to do it.
You know what I'm curious to see?
No.
How we're going to go to commercial break.
All right. I was thinking of a really funny one.
Commercial break.
Welcome back. Before you skip because you don't like video games,
This
or
is-
if you're going to watch
People
it,
like video games.
People love you, Jake.
stick around for those of you guys who, even if you don't,
You're like the mascot.
This is almost Marvel news.
Oh,
this is a big deal.
this is big. You're
This is
right.
a big deal, all right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Might be.
Are you ready?
Might be.
Might be.
Might probably not.
It's fun though.
Yeah. All right, hit us.
Okay, there was a trailer released for the obligatory Iron Man 3 mobile iOS Android game.
Sure.
And movie games are never good.
No, but you know what?
Maybe-
Sometimes.
I like kind of just playing around with the
Maybe-
iPhone games.
Maybe back in the day, but now it's
The
like
Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man iOS game was sick.
Yeah, so was the Batman one. It's
And
fun
I
to
feel
just play
like
around
this
with.
Iron Man game might be good too because it's the same company.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But in the trailer, many people, including our sleuthy Eric, paused it just at the right time to see in the New York skyline, you know, like Times Square with the billboards and stuff, an Oscorp billboard.
Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal?
What's the dealio?
Iron Man and Spider-Man, not the same movie studios.
And this is a licensed Marvel Studios game
Yeah.
app.
So
Here's
either
the thing, though.
either that was just like a goof they put in the trailer.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's in the game. But does that matter? I'm starting to think, like, the more I think about it, the more I think it doesn't matter. Because I'm pretty sure that game licensing and movie licensing completely different.
Yeah,
But it's
very
a weird,
different
it's a weird
contracts.
slip up.
Yeah, I mean, in the Amazing Spider-Man game, there was he
Oh,
says
wait a
Captain
minute.
America.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
references
yeah.
Captain America.
Yeah, they have Avengers games where
Yeah.
everybody's in them.
Yeah, well, I mean, but those are not movie license games. These are movie license games, which is why we thought it might be a big deal. But
yeah.
I think people would be making a bigger deal of it
See,
as well.
now,
so.
the one thing, though, I thought the Oscorp logo looked very similar to the one actually in the Spider-Man
It
movie.
is.
It is the
one,
exact
yeah.
same logo.
Okay, so
it's the
that's
exact same logo.
I was like, huh? Because
But
it wasn't.
maybe
They
they
were
just
just like
reused it
Oscorp.
because they figured, why the hell not? I don't
Yeah,
know.
And now we're talking about it.
I would hope it means something. I don't think it means what we think it means.
Wishful
No,
thinking
probably.
for wishful boys.
Yes.
Is that a saying? Wishful boys?
It is now.
Sounds like something you would say.
Wishful thinking for wishful boys. I like it.
So we have some Xbox Next Generation news.
This is some pretty funny news.
Yeah, this is
too.
great.
It's,
You know, there's been a lot of the talk about the always online connected Xbox, which obviously a lot of people have a problem with.
Yeah, didn't that
Yeah.
just destroy E EA?
Yeah, in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. So creative director Adam Orth for Xbox, he
Orth.
took online to talk about this, and he also
kinda
kind of got.
yeah, he got kind of like a bitch.
He got kind of nasty.
Yeah, kinda nasty, yeah.
And his main thing was, he said, quote unquote, deal with it.
Yeah, he
Pretty
did,
much.
basically.
And people
I'm-
lost it.
I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically said, "F you."
Yeah.
What I saw was like this little Twitter conversation, and it was going something like the creative director was saying, "I don't see the big deal
Yeah, that's what his
in
thing.
these always-on things."
His
Yeah.
justification was like, well, my vacuum cleaner needs electricity.
Something stupid like that,
Yeah.
and then a Twitter follower responded, "Well, some people they don't have internet that well. Some places in the country aren't well connected. Like,
Yeah, the infrastructure isn't there.
The problem here is that this guy's free to say whatever he wants,
Yeah.
but Microsoft's free to fire him.
Yeah.
And he got fired.
He got fired.
He got
Yeah,
fired.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, he
Wow.
did.
There's been different reports of him leaving.
Yeah. How
but,
convenient. He
From
just
what
so
I've
happened to
heard, He
leave.
got fired, yeah.
Imagine getting fired over a Twitter conversation.
That is what
That's-
happens.
that's
I don't have to
the
imagine
world-
it.
The world
Yeah.
we live in.
No, I'm saying if that happened to you.
But you know what?
Yeah.
You gotta watch what you say. If you work for a company, you can't you're basically representing
Yeah.
that company.
Would you
It
fire
is-
me if I was like, I hate pretty much it. You guys are all so stupid.
If it was a bigger company, maybe.
Maybe he was drunk.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I've had like a little exchanges with him, and he's
Really?
been pretty jerky to
Send
me
you any-
too.
What
I
did he
think
do
that's
to
just
you?
what he,
What did he do to you?
I said he was pretty jerky.
Oh gosh. Okay, I was just
Yeah.
about to ask if he sent you any new pictures
no,
too.
No, no,
Woo!
no, he's no Anthony Weiner. So finally, we have word of Far Cry 3 DLC, which I've been actively waiting for.
Because you love Far Cry 3, right?
I
Is
like
it
the
your
year,
number
yeah.
one?
Game of the Year
Yeah.
last year.
I really liked Far Cry, but I sold it already.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
What an
bad,
ass.
bad
did.
boy.
I bet you're mad about this.
Kind of.
what do we
I'm
have?
not too distressed over it.
We have a trailer you can check out down in the info for Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon DLC. And this
Looks
is
awesome.
unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Fight dragons.
Sick.
Yeah, it's in the style of like a late 80s kind of like pop culture, just kind of like G.I. Joe, kind of
Yeah.
like awesome Terminator.
I was gonna say Terminator when he
Yeah.
gave the finger and the robot hand popped up. I was
Yeah.
like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's like genius. Where did this all come from?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
This is like the equivalent of when Red Dead Redemption got the zombie pack.
yeah,
It's like the same thing.
Throwing
just
something
in
wacky
celebration of
Yeah.
fun and ridiculous. And the night before it got revealed, someone leaked a playthrough of almost half the campaign.
Oh,
I sat and watched the entire thing.
Why?
Why?
Because
Jake?
it was incredible. It was awesome.
But play it.
I'm gonna play it still.
You ruined it.
No, it was just cool to see, like, now everything is over the top. Like, every melee attack, every reload animation.
I love it.
He twirls the magazine before he slips it into the gun and twirls it around again, and he's like, screw you. Poof.
That's great.
It's so cool.
I actually want to play this. I might have to borrow your copy.
And all the story, like, intro parts are all done in 8-bit,
right.
like an NES game.
Which is
So
what we saw
Yeah.
in the trailer.
Yeah. It's actually like that in the game. And
Love
it's
it.
so cool.
Yeah, I guess I rent it if all Blockbusters didn't shut down.
It did. You're done.
Redbox.
You're done. So once again, we got to talk about LucasArts and try not to cry.
Why do you got to do this to my life, Jake?
I know. Now that
Wasn't an
now that
answer.
LucasArts is shut down, just more news comes out about things, and they canceled everything. And there were some unannounced projects that we never heard about that were canceled, and one of them kind of was. It's called Phase 2, and it is essentially Battlefield 3.
And
Again.
if that gameplay was how it would have played, it's incredible. Like
Yeah.
it was amazing.
We have
But-
a link of it down there. You can watch it.
The leaked gameplay footage,
Kotaku
right? Yeah.
originally got the scoop, and it looks great. It looks
Yeah,
awesome.
it looks great.
right?
cool.
It looks really good. It looks like not current gen.
But really good
Battlefront.
current gen, right?
TIE fighters,
Yeah, you
X-Wings,
can just
Hoth.
you just hop right into a spaceship and you fly away. And,
Yeah. Speeder bikes going through Tatooine and everyone's just shooting each other.
But-
it looks finished
It'll
almost.
never happen.
And people will say, "Oh, well, now they're licensing them out to other people."
Not yet.
Yeah, and they made sure, from what I've heard, these are not likely going to be
Existing
revived.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
I-
are being scrapped.
I saw some people say, "Oh no, Star Wars 1313, that's getting picked up by someone else."
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No,
It's,
I've specifically heard from people saying no.
Yeah, you might be
It
thinking
won't.
like maybe mom and dad will get back together, but no, they fell out of love. Dad already is with another woman.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen.
Been there, done that. I
Exactly.
can tell you how it goes down.
Sometimes that happens. There are people.
LucasArts people,
I
they're
am-
not. They're dead now.
I'm sorry, son.
And speaking of Star Wars, Batman.
Batman, I knew you were gonna say
I like that segue.
Yeah.
This is probably
Fist bump.
Batman Arkham Origins is going to be the next
Whoa!
game. Here's the best part. Here's the best part. Christmas Eve, Gotham City.
Hell
Like
yeah.
actual
Yeah.
Gotham.
Here's the worst part.
It's not being made by Rocksteady Studios.
We knew that, though.
Yeah, I know, but
that's-
that makes it less exciting for me.
Yeah.
I
I
want to hear you.
I like the idea, it being a prequel and it
Yeah.
being like.
I like all of
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm. It sounds like an awesome setting and stuff, and the villains look cool and stuff
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
the three villains I've been able to confirm are
They're all like assassins, right?
Penguin. Yeah, they said like assassins and stuff.
Yeah.
Deathstroke.
Was that Penguin in that picture that was
Yeah.
released? Really?
So we have
It didn't
Deathstroke,
look like him.
Penguin.
Okay.
It's like a young penguin.
Yeah. Oh, right. What am I saying? It's young.
Black Mask.
Well, we don't think. I think that was confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, do you think he's going to be able to carry the whole like game as the
Well,
main villain?
He was in the they made a cartoon movie.
Oh,
like
Red Hood. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like
he's-
him.
He's a cool villain.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, it all sounds cool except for not Rocksteady.
Yeah.
That's-
I wonder
don't
what
know.
Rocksteady's doing right now. Right this second. You think
Like,
they're working?
bubble
like,
over to them like sleeping.
sleeping? Raise your hand if you're excited in the comments.
We can't.
Are you excited?
I am.
I
Even
don't-
though it stinks it's not Rocksteady, I'm excited.
I don't think people can raise their hands in the. Why would you do that?
Why did you do that? Mike is
look-
close enough
he
to
looks
hit
a little
you.
sad. I'm
He's
sorry.
close enough to hit you
Look how
back.
mad he is. I'm sorry.
He can hit you right now, and you're just sitting right there.
A good push would do me good. No, stop.
I got him for you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
I am tired from all these video games.
But you're the
talked
video.
them up.
But you're the video game guy.
I know, but that was a lot.
Yeah,
I just got an alert on my phone. Did you hear that?
you did.
You know what the alert was?
What was the alert?
That we got to talk about the poll.
Oh.
Whoa!
How does it know?
Last time we asked you, what is your favorite LucasArts game?
This poll results is, I think, one of the worst poll results.
Really? I don't know any of these things, so let's go through it.
So bad. It's
Okay.
so bad.
In third, what are these bad games?
No, I mean they're not bad games, but they're better games that should have been up there.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, so the in third place, The Force Unleashed at 57 votes.
That was Force
Yeah.
Unleashed was a good game.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. It gets
that was
some,
good.
It gets some flack, but
No,
it was
it's,
good.
just for other games not being.
Oh,
on the
I know where
list.
you're
That's
coming
why.
from.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll explain.
In second place, Knights of the Old Republic 66.
Yes.
Never played.
I approve.
All right.
You guys are good.
And in first
Sorry,
place, you're gonna have to explain yourself after,
I
because so
will.
far I don't understand.
I'm gonna explain
In
myself,
first
yeah.
place, Battlefront 2, which makes that news even sadder, by the way.
Yeah,
With
all right.
234 votes, it was a landslide victory.
Oh,
On
man.
all Star Wars games, no other games.
Well, I have a
like-
feeling that. is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
You're saying
I
the
would
old
assume it's
point and
because
click
they're
games.
younger and they don't know what you're talking about.
there's got to be.
They only know
someone.
these games.
There's got to be someone who played the other games.
Were any of them even
Right.
listed? Like
Was-
voted for at all?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
Okay.
Whoever did mention that, bravo.
So I tallied it up like a couple days ago with Sam and Max, Day in the Tentacle, and all those other games like
Yeah, Monkey Island too, right?
and Monkey Island. If you combined all
Oh.
of those results,
It was
didn't
not
even
even third place.
Not even
Oh,
close.
man.
Not even close
All right.
to third place.
Well, those games are definitely worth checking out. Most of them have like remasters and
Yeah, so we
iOS
can see 'em.
versions. So do it.
Do it.
Nice work though, guys.
it's a terrible work for me.
So that was last week's poll. This week's poll question is:
What is your favorite? No. What villain do you want to see in Batman Arkham Origins?
you can click down in the info to go to facebook.com/prettymuchit and vote in the poll.
That's
got
the thing
nervous.
you could do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. It's a big goof gab. But now we're going to talk about the trailers.
Don't talk about that.
Over there, click the link in the info to watch
Other
us
video.
talk about the
Other
Elysium
time.
trailer,
Yeah.
the new trailer for The Hangover 3, all that good stuff. We're not
Yeah.
talking about it now. Click the link in the info. Do it, because there's nothing else to see here, folks.
This is the end. This is
That's
the end of
it.
the video.
Have a good
For
night.
this week's episode of Pretty Much It.
Sponsored by Pepsi. Not really.
Not sponsored by Pepsi.
I hate Pepsi. I like Coke.
Why are you wearing a Pepsi shirt?
I got it for free.
Did they hurt you, Jake?
No.
Blink twice if you're in trouble.
What, the Pepsi Man?
Yeah.
Pepsi Man don't hurt no boys.
And that's pretty much it.